The 8th U.S.-Vietnam Business Summit was held this morning, November 12th, in Hanoi, bringing together leaders and business representatives from both countries.
And the summit highlighted 30 years of cooperation and growing political trust between Vietnam and the U.S. Supported by strong business communities, both nations aim to write a brighter new chapter in their comprehensive strategic partnership, promoting peace, cooperation and prosperity for the countries and the world. Let's find out more in the following.
The Vietnam-US partnership is not one give and take relationship, or winning and losing, but one where both sides create, grow and succeed together.
This spirit was reflected at the 8th U.S.-Vietnam Business Summit, underscored by the fact that the United States is Vietnam's second-largest trading partner, while Vietnam has emerged as one of the top 10 trading partners of the United States. One of the prime examples is global growth investor Warburg Pincus, which deployed approximately $2 billion across industrial real estate, financial services and healthcare in Vietnam, creating over 40,000 jobs since 2013.
At Warburg Pincus, we believe deeply in Vietnam's long-term potential. Our enduring partnership with the country and its leading businesses is a testament to how global capital and local entrepreneurship can work together to create lasting value.
On the other hand, Vietnamese enterprises have also expanded to the U.S., not only to tap into this vast market, but also to demonstrate the country's commitment to mutual benefit and a more balanced trade relationship.
Hơn mười mấy năm nay, trong cái nhập khẩu hàng hóa về Việt Nam.
For more than 10 years, I've been importing goods from the U.S. to Vietnam and have found their quality to be excellent. Today, I'm attending this event to build new relationships and expand into other types of products. In the near future, I also plan to establish a company in the U.S. to do the reverse, bringing the value of Vietnam to America.
Despite global uncertainties and increasing trade barriers, significant efforts are still required to fully realize the potential of bilateral cooperation.
On the one hand, Vietnam and the U.S. continue to talk on how to strengthen further the current relationship in trade and economic areas. But on the other hand, how to solve the emerging issues, including tariffs, so that it can be mutually beneficial to both.
The 8th U.S.-Vietnam Business Summit was a timely discussion of the policies and approaches that both governments and private sectors need to pursue and ensure mutually beneficial bilateral trade and investment relations.
And to explore how Vietnam and the U.S. can strengthen their partnership and drive mutual growth, our reporter Khánh Minh spoke with Mr. Adam Sittkov, Executive Director of the American Chamber of Commerce at the summit. Let's now take a closer look.
Thank you, Mr. Adam Sittkov, for joining our program.
Thank you.
What do you think are the highlights of U.S.-Vietnam business cooperation, especially when we look back 30 years of bilateral diplomatic ties?
Well, yes, as you say, 30 years of diplomatic ties, 31 years of commercial ties, right? And if you've looked, the relationship has come such a long way. The United States is Vietnam's largest market for its goods. Vietnam is a top 10 trading partner of the United States. And you see Vietnamese leaders calling for 8% growth, 10% growth. That is really coming on the back of a very, very strong and growing commercial relationship between Vietnam and the United States that creates tremendous opportunities for the 101 million Vietnamese people that live here.
Amid global uncertainties, what should Vietnamese and American businesses keep in mind to maintain their growth momentum and work together sustainably?
For businesses to succeed and for investments to take place, normally you do need certainty. You need to know kind of what's going on. And we don't just need that in U.S. trade and tariff policy, but we also need that in Vietnamese tax policy, other types of rules and regulations and standards. And so right now we are in uncertain times, as you said. And I think that businesses both from Vietnam and the U.S. are adapting to it. They're looking and they're saying that, We might not know what a tariff rate is going to be tomorrow, but we do know when we look around the world that Vietnam is still a very good place for most American companies to do business or to invest.
How have the governments of both countries facilitated the cooperation of the business communities of both countries?
I think both governments have done a lot. You know, we work with our partners in the Vietnamese government, all these ministries and the National Assembly and the Office of the Government. We work with them every day, even on weekends. We want to try to fix those things and bring non-tariff barriers down because it's good for Vietnam and Vietnam's economy and Vietnamese people when there's more American involvement in this economy. And I also think it's good for the American people and the American economy when there is Vietnamese involvement. The Vietnamese leaders like to talk about how our two countries have complementary businesses, not competitive businesses. And it's an important point.
Once again, thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.